Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I have a very special guest for you today. I have not only a top producer at third year in a row, over $1 million, but also the number one free real estate coach. Let's welcome Ricky Caruth to the show. How you doing, Ricky?
What's up, man? Good to be here.
I love the energy. I will admit it's 7 a.m. on the West Coast. I've had my second cup of coffee, but I think you're gonna get me excited. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, I haven't even had one cup of coffee, man. I flew to Phoenix and back yesterday and did a big event up there, about 200 agents. So
Yeah.
I was in the air about 10 hours yesterday. So I got home about midnight. So
Wow, and you were, oh man, that's impressive, right? If
yeah, I was
this is low key Ricky, I don't even know what high key Ricky is.
I was too tired to even get a cup of coffee this morning.
Well, I respect you for getting on the call. Um,
Sure.
the reason I reached out is first off, very impressive Instagram game. I
Yeah.
like you're somebody I go to get motivation. Whoa, and the like. And what caught my attention was zero to diamond. I'm like,
Mm.
I don't know what that is, but that sounds cool. I don't know, but I like the idea. So why don't we just jump in there and we'll see where this takes us.
Well, I mean, just a little background.
Sure.
I grew up roofing houses and got in real estate when I was 20. It was 2002.
Hmm.
And, long story short, I mean, without going into all the details, I made a meal before I was 23. I lost it all in the crash. I went bankrupt, sleeping on friends' couches, slept in my car a couple nights. And through that, I went back to roofing houses, and then I worked on an oil rig for a year,
Wow.
and I read 100 books, and I continued to study the market and try to figure this thing out. And I realized that the first half of my career was all based on money and deals and transactions, and not really caring about the clients and not really caring about what happens after the deal and stuff like
Mm,
that. And something led me to that realization, and it was like a light bulb going off. And
okay.
so as I got laid off from the oil rig and kind of forced back into real estate, I started to build my business on people,
Mm,
not deals. I didn't care if somebody wanted to do a deal or not. And that enabled me to build a huge database,
hmm
you know.
hmm
um, and so long story short, again, leaving out a lot of details for the sake of time, I just built my business that way. And by 2014, I was the number one Remax agent in Alabama, selling 100 properties a year, single agent. Since then, I've sold 100 properties every year since. So when you break it down, I've closed 2 deals every week since 2014.
Wow.
So I'm still going. I think I've closed like 8 or something this year already. And I have probably over 10 under contract.
Wow.
So yeah. And meanwhile, I'm out here traveling, the world.
Hmm.
Went to Brazil last year, spoke at R4. I'm traveling the world spreading my message of relationships over transactions.
Hmm.
Let's turn the industry around. Let's get away from the 1980s high pressure, handle objections, get them to sign the line, only deal with motivated buyers and sellers. Let's get away from that, and
Hmm.
let's get to helping people short and long term, regardless if they want to buy or sell, and build our business like that. Because I think that's the way of the future in sales, not just real estate, but all industries.
Hmm.
With the wave in technology and communication, people don't want to be sold, and they
Hmm.
can smell it a mile away.
Yeah.
And they want value. And when they feel real value and they feel somebody really cares about them, they're going to do business with that person,
Yeah.
you know. And so my entire goal is to reduce the failure rate in the industry by being a completely free coach, as opposed to the paid coaches. See, the paid coaches have a system set up where they try to high pressure you into paying for their coaching. And
Hmm.
then you get in their coaching and then they teach you how to high pressure your clients into signing deals. It's all valued around high pressure sales. And, it literally is ruining the industry because it's creating a situation where new agents come in, they don't understand the business, they pay for a coach,
Hmm.
then they do everything that coach told them to do, but prospects run away from them. They don't walk, they run away because they feel that pressure that they're being taught, and it's ruining agents who actually have good intentions. You know, if new agents would come in and be their self, use their personality as their strength, you don't have to high pressure people into sales to sell. People just want to know you care.
Yeah.
Closings are happening every single day. So you don't have to worry about where your next deal is coming from. They're happening all around you.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to be the person who has created relationships and bonds and made people feel comfortable with you enough to want to do that deal that they're going to do anyway with you.
Right.
You know, that's just the bottom line. So 3 years ago, I started Zero to Diamond, which was 3 years after I sold 100 properties a year.
Right.
You know, a lot of coaches, they have only been in real estate 2 years, sold 12 properties, and now they're selling courses. You know, I actually, you know, made $1 million, lost it, came back, got to the top, and then stayed there 3 years to make sure it was really real
Yeah.
before I started trying to do anything. So I wrote 2 books and I started coaching, and it's been an incredible journey, man. I mean, it's went so much further than I ever thought it would go. I mean, I dreamed about where it would be right now, but to make it a reality is just, you know, overwhelmingly a humbling experience. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
like
yeah.
yesterday in Phoenix, I mean, you know, I was like halfway through the speech, you know, I was like, how many people are, just to gauge the room, how many people are following me or in my program or whatever. And I swear 90% of these 200 agents raised their hand.
Wow.
And I was mind blown that they already, you know what I mean? Were
Yeah.
already in the program.
Good for
And
you.
afterwards, every single person in that room had to get a picture with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
just a really, it's just been just incredible. I'm having a lot of fun, to be honest, because I built my real estate business to such a huge like monster,
Yeah.
you know, through personal branding. You know, have such a huge personal brand that business just flows. And so that is kind of like you know, it's just automatic, you know. I
Yeah.
have to work at it, I have to keep it going,
Sure.
but it's just kind of I'm at a fun place with it. And then I can spend time on this coaching business and get it to a really good place, you know.
Nice. Yeah.
So I'm just kind of having fun with both right now.
That is awesome. And just because we're there, where would somebody go if they're a real estate agent? I have a lot of real estate agents following this, people thinking about it. Where could they go to learn more about Zero to Diamond?
Just zerotodiamond.com,
There you
spelled
go.
out in words, Zeroto, you know, diamond.com. And there's a 90-day action plan. Okay.
Nice.
The 90-day action plan includes the first 2 weeks is a course that I
Mm-hmm.
built. I just revamped the whole thing for 2020. It's a full course. It's an incredible, incredible course. And then there's a 28-day challenge after that where you get a text on your phone for 28 days for your challenge.
Yeah.
And then you just finish out the 90 days. But after you do the 90 days, you email me and then I get on a coaching call with you.
There
Right.
you
And
go. Yeah.
then we start doing coaching calls. See, the way that I can do it for free is because I can filter out the people who really want to succeed and are willing to put the
Exactly.
work in. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how I can do it for free, is because not very many people are going to finish that 90-day action plan and do what it takes to really get where they want, where I am. See, a
Right.
lot of people say, I want to sell 100 properties like you, Ricky, and stuff. But then I say, okay, well, here's how you do it. And then they don't do it.
Yeah.
You know?
That's pretty amazing. So I like how you do that, right? Because again, you are your personal brand. That's awesome. Then you've laid out a 90-day plan, which allows people to self-select, right? Lots of people will raise their hand saying, I'm interested on day one.
Right.
Very few people will keep their hand up for 90 days and do the work, but there's a reward, right? After 90 days, if you want to talk to Ricky, Ricky's going to talk to you because he knows you're committed. You've done the work, and he's going to talk to you whether you're killing it or not, which I think is a genius move. So congratulations. I really like that idea. And how many was it? I don't know. What was it, like 10% make its way through? Have you any idea how many people make it through the 90-day challenge? Ever looked at that?
Well, you know, I just started see, what I've done is when you complete the 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
you get promoted. I do my call with you, and I kind of, during that first call, I'm kind of verifying that you actually did the 90 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's some questions I can ask. And, um, you know, once I kind of verified and I feel like you are, you know, you do want to make this happen. And you know, you have adopted the zero to diamond philosophies. then I promote you to what we call gem. Okay. So I have achievement levels, you know, gem, emerald, ruby,
Ah,
you know, black, sapphire, you know, emerald, all the way up to diamond, which is $1 million a year. And
got
so
it.
what I'm trying to do is create as many diamonds as possible. That's what I'm really trying to do. If you want to get to diamond, I have the game plan, the roadmap to get you there.
Wow.
Um, you
That's
know,
awesome.
and I'll personally help you do it. You know, if you show me that you are willing to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I didn't start the achievement levels till about 6 months ago. And I think we have 100 people who actually have completed the 90 days since then.
that makes
There's
sense.
25,000 agents are signed up right now and growing. It grows by about 50 to 100 a day.
Wow.
And so it's growing really fast. I would call it the fastest growing real estate coaching program in the world.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just set up for success. I mean, it's just set up for you. And a lot of people say, well, where's the accountability at? Right. Well, within the 90 days and within everything I do, you have to post in the Facebook group every day your results, your
Right.
call results, or whatever you did, you showed property, or whatever you did. That's how we're holding you accountable. But, you know, my question to those kind of people are that need accountability is what can anyone do to hold you accountable?
Yeah.
You know, like what can a coach do? What is the $1,000 a month that calls you once a week coach actually doing to hold you accountable? Because you do that call, you know, you could be lying about what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make you do the work. The only thing that makes you do the work is you. You have to hold yourself accountable. If you can't hold yourself accountable, you're not going to succeed at any kind of level anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a whole other set of issues going on with you if you don't have self-motivation, if you don't
Yeah.
have, you know, your why in place, if you don't can't hold yourself accountable.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
kind of hard to say you're coachable at all. I don't know. I mean, that's a whole other deal. You know,
Yeah.
this is not, dude, this is set up for people who want to
Yeah.
succeed,
That's
who are
awesome.
self-motivated, who are ready to, you know, do
Yeah.
this. You know, this isn't for people who are not motivated and
Yeah.
don't want to, you know, need some but I will say a lot of my stuff is very motivational, my videos, my
Oh yeah.
podcasts, and the different things that I do out there. So, you know, it will help you in that department too. So I really think it's the best I think it's the best of the best, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
think it's, not to be biased, I think it's the best setup for real estate agents to succeed out there, you
Yeah.
know, and teaching agents how to be their self.
Right.
You know, it's not how do I get a deal done? It's how can I help you? You
Right.
know, I don't want to know what I can't do for you. I want to know what I can do to help you,
Yeah.
you know?
I think that's awesome. Um, One thing I want to do is go back to kind of how the story started in 2002, right? I think I wrote a note down. You started as a roofer, and then you made $1 million kind of in the first year or two. Was that as a roofer or in construction, or was there a transition to becoming an agent? Or how did that transition go from being a person who
No,
picks up
dude, I
the?
was making 12,000 a year as a roofer working
Yeah,
for my dad by the hour. I
I
got in real estate when I was 20,
right. Okay,
real estate agent, and that's how I became a millionaire by 23.
got it. Okay, just making sure that was. I didn't think roofers made that much, but you never know.
No, roofers don't make that much.
Yeah.
There are $1 billion roofers out there.
Hmm.
But you know, the thing is they figure the game out, you know,
Right.
like they own a company that has several crews, and they franchise, like you know, there's a lot good, there's some money in roofing if you do it right, for sure. But
Yeah.
I was just a laborer, you know,
Right. Yeah.
making like $10 an hour back in 2000.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up roofing houses, and 8 years old, I was cleaning job sites with my dad. And,
Very
you know,
cool.
by the time I was a teenager, I was laying shingles and metal on roofs, and loved it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm a worker, you know, like I just don't stop. I'll be honest. I don't do anything special.
Right.
You know, to me, my videos aren't that special. To me, what I do with clients isn't that special. I just care, and I just don't stop. You
There
know,
you
the
go.
only difference in me and 99% of people out there is I just don't stop. I just keep going. You know, it's just the bottom line.
I like that.
I
Care and
love
don't stop. That's pretty awesome. So I am curious, how does somebody go from being a laborer, $10 an hour, laying shingles and metal, to the idea of being a real estate agent? That, I mean, what was the light bulb moment, or what happened that goes, hey, I could do that?
Well, I failed a history class in college. I went to 4 different colleges in 2 years,
Okay.
and I failed a history class at University of Alabama. And I'm always looking for where like I'm gonna find what the next level is,
Mm-hmm.
what the next step towards, product or positive production, and I'm gonna take that step,
Right.
whatever it takes. It was like when I was at the bottom, when I lost everything, was bankrupt. I went right back to roofing houses by the hour, making 12,000 a year,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had the opportunity to work on an oil rig for 44,000 a year, and I was like, immediate, like there was no questions asked, and I did at this time I had zero bills. I was completely broke. I let everything go back. I was bankrupt. I was foreclosed. I was everything. I was done. Only bill I had was my cell phone bill and my real estate license. I never let my license go back. I didn't have power bills, rent, anything. I just bought food, my cell phone, and I kept my real estate license up. That was it.
Okay.
And so 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 I didn't need 44,000 is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I still did it because that was the best option available at the time. I'm always going to take the best option available at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So real estate, I realized when I failed that history class, real estate was one class to get your license. And then you have the same opportunity as doctors and lawyers, the same financial opportunities as doctors and lawyers, and all these people that go to college for a
Yeah.
little under a decade.
Yeah.
And all I have to do is take one class, and I can
Yeah.
have the same opportunity as these guys.
Yeah.
Like I have a situation where my income can be like sky's the limit
Right.
kind of deal. Like as much as I want to do, I can make. And all I have to do is take one class. Please tell me this again and tell me this isn't.
Yeah. I'm a little slow. Can you outline that one more time for me?
Yeah. Is this a dream kind of thing? Like, yes, I'll do that, please.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the
Yes.
funny thing is when I got in the class, I didn't know if I really wanted to do it. I was just kind of checking it out. I wasn't like fully committed. And the teacher started telling us how once you pass the class, you got a year to do your uh, to get your to take your state test. Once
Mm-hmm.
you take your state test, you got 90 days to find a broker. Once you find the broker, you got 6 months to take a post license and all this and that. And I was like, good Lord, I thought you could just get your real estate license and then it was like a driver's license. It was
Yeah.
just like you had it forever and you could just sell property later if you want to, kind of thing. I didn't realize there was all these continuing education classes and, fees and processes and stuff. And so I was like, I don't even know if I want to do this or not.
Right.
But I came home and roofed houses, went back to roofing, and I roofed houses with Dad for like 3 days. And I was like, I think I'm going to try this real estate. So
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Very, very cool. So let's talk about the journey. So you make the switch from being a roofer to becoming a solo real estate agent.
yeah,
How'd that, you ever remember how that first 6 months felt, what you did? How was
yeah.
Ricky kind of figuring it out?
First 30 days, I was like, Dad, I'm done roofing. And I worked in the office for 30 days, didn't sell anything,
Mm-hmm.
and said, hey, Dad, I got to come back to the roof because I had bills I had to pay. So the first 30 days I worked full time, didn't sell anything, went back. So then I was roofing and doing real estate at the same time. It took me
Yeah.
8 months from getting my license to closing my first deal. So it was an 8-month process. I was riding around with Dad, hopping on roofs, laying shingles and metal, and
Yeah.
answering my phone, and sending letters out, and just trying to figure it all out. About a year and a half into the business, I looked back at those 8 months, and I realized that there were several opportunities that I could have capitalized on that I just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Yeah.
realize people. Prospects will give you hints, that they're ready to do stuff. And if you're not experienced enough to know what those hints are or what the lingo is, then
Yeah.
you miss the opportunity.
Yeah.
And so that's one thing, for new agents that's tough is, you're that learning curve, and you're going
Yeah.
to lose a lot of deals. You're going to lose a lot of deals as a new agent within your first year that you probably should have got, but because of your inexperience, you didn't get it, and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's going to sting, but that's part of the process.
Yeah.
None of this is easy.
Yeah. Well, I think it's good. I think it's really good for people to hear that even Ricky, the $1 million producer, 3 years in a row, all of that, and all of your success you've earned, it still took you 8 months to get the first deal. I think that's important for people to realize that are kind of in the struggle.
In 2012, I tried to do a team.
Mm-hmm.
I went through about 12 agents in a year and a half and just completely aborted that mission. And that's when I really started to sell a lot of property, when I aborted that mission. But one of my standards was, if you don't sell anything in your first 6 months, you're out of here.
Ah.
And I was thinking I would have fired myself.
Exactly. Yeah. Simple math. Oops.
I would have fired myself. So, it just kind of goes to show you. And two, I know a lot of really top producers that had to take their state test multiple. I know a guy, I think he took it 8 times, and he's a very high producer.
Yeah.
This guy makes hundreds of thousands every year, and he had to take a state test like 8 times or something like that. And, so you just can't get discouraged. You just, like I was saying, there's nothing special about anything that I'm doing here.
Right.
I just don't stop. During those 8 months, I could have quit many times.
Oh, yeah.
I was 20 years old. You know how long 8 months is for a 20-year-old that's on a roof that doesn't want to be there, that wants to be selling real estate? 8 months.
Yeah. Oh,
that is a lifetime, bro.
You're so right.
I definitely hung it up many times, but just don't stop. It's the same thing with this coaching thing, for the first couple of years, I've lost so much money, in this coaching thing. Now it's a profitable business, through my speeches and books and different deals that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now it's profitable, but man, I lost literally hundreds of thousands in the first couple of years.
Yeah.
Just trying to build a name. And I could have quit so many times because I was taking time away from my $1 million real estate business.
For sure.
Losing money on.
For sure. Yeah.
And it was a little bit ludicrous, to be honest with you, but you have to take those risks, and you just can't quit.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people have said, okay, Ricky, if you're going to invest $200,000 into this coaching business that doesn't exist right now and become the number one coach in the industry, you're nuts.
Yeah.
And you're gonna teach agents how to sell property for free, right? You're gonna invest $200,000 into a coaching program where you're coaching agents for free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's insane. But I had the vision, I understood. So
I can imagine somebody sitting in front of you doing the economics. Okay, Ricky, you're gonna spend 200, and on the output, you're gonna get 0. Help me with this, Ricky. Come on.
People were very skeptical, man. And there were actually a lot of upset people that I was giving away the secrets. Secrets of the business. But I understood that business is unlimited and competition doesn't exist. We can talk, me and you can go talk to the same prospect, and we're going to have 2 different results. They're going to hate me. They're going to hate me, and they're going to like you for whatever reason, the tone, the this, the that.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's the prospect, it's the client's decision what agent they're going to use. If you have a buyer you showed property to for 5 weeks and they go use another agent, you should congratulate them because they made the decision that they thought was best for them.
Yep.
If you get why are you getting mad at them?
Yeah.
There's only one reason why you would get mad at them, is because you didn't get the money.
Yeah.
Now it's coming back to, you were only there for the money. Were you really there to help them?
Yeah.
Are you really who you say you are, or were you just there for the money? Because if you're really there to help them, then you would congratulate them on the decision they made that they thought was best for them. For something didn't click with you and them. They didn't connect with you. They didn't feel comfortable with you. There was a red flag somewhere, or maybe they just found a better deal through another agent. Maybe they loved you to death, but there was just a better deal somewhere else, or they felt like maybe it wasn't even a better deal. Maybe they just felt like it was a better deal.
Exactly.
Maybe they felt like if they went through the listing agent, they got a better deal.
Right.
Or whatever the case may be, you should congratulate them. And this is what happens when they go to sell that property in 5 years to upgrade. If you congratulate them now and don't make it a big deal that they didn't use you, make it about them, not about you, they're probably going to come back to you in 5 years to sell that property they bought from someone else and upgrade to another property.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
And if you make them feel bad, they will never call you.
that's the relationships over transactions, philosophy. See what I'm saying?
Oh,
It's like,
absolutely.
it's not about the deal. It's about the people. Like, I don't care if I'm not going to make money off this. I just want to help you,
Yeah.
and then what happens out of that relationship? I get 10 to 20 deals
Oh, yeah.
automatically through repeat business referrals and referrals of referrals.
I totally get it. That's
Yeah.
awesome. So one of the things I know I want to do, because I took down some quotes from your Instagram page, is, when I think about real estate agents, and again, a lot of people watching this applies to real estate agents. If you're a wholesaler, flipper, just an investor like myself, you have to talk to sellers, right? If you're going to be a buy and hold or whatever you're doing. So this applies really to everyone. Is just the fear of talking to people, right? The fear of picking up the phone. Do you want to talk about that, and what do you see there?
I mean, what are you scared of? Making money. I mean, it really just, I mean, there's absolutely zero to be scared of. When you ask someone that's scared to make calls, what are you so scared of? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the most common answer I get when I say, what are you so, they're like, how do I get over the fear of making calls? Well, what are you so scared of? Well, I don't know. And the
Yeah.
second most common answer is rejection. I'm scared of rejection. And it's like, well, what's so bad about that? And two, you're assuming that you're going to get rejected. You haven't even got rejected yet.
Yeah, exactly. You haven't even made the call yet.
Yeah, you haven't even made the call. You're assuming how it's going to go, and they could do a deal with you.
Yeah.
If you make the calls, you have a chance. Even if you suck, okay? Even if you suck, there's at least a 1%, 2% chance,
Oh, yeah.
0.00001% chance that something good's going to happen. If
Yeah.
you don't make the calls, there's absolutely 0% chance of anything happening, good or bad.
Yeah.
And so I have to bring it back to, if, especially people that have families,
Yeah.
and people that are headed towards there's people that are headed towards foreclosure that won't make calls. It's just hard to fathom, right? But when you have a family and that making calls is the next step in your business to get you to the next level and succeed at the highest level for your family, and you don't do it, what does that say about you?
Right.
You're giving up on your family. You're being less of what you could be for your family. You're not supporting them at the level that you could. It really makes me question, that person. And I see it as one of the most selfish acts out there in business. Because if you don't want to be a little uncomfortable, you're not going to sacrifice a little uncomfortableness, right, to provide a better life for your family. And it's not even like you're going to get punched in the face. You're just going to talk to somebody and they might cuss you out.
Yeah, exactly. The worst thing they're going to do is cuss you out or hang up on you. That's the worst case. Come on.
Who cares? I think it comes back to people care so much about what other people think. They're scared to look dumb. They're scared of not knowing something. They're scared if they don't like them, scared of this, scared of that. And it's just something you have to break through. People that grow exponentially, it's never when they're comfortable.
Right.
You have to break out of what you've been doing and do different things to continue growing. It's like me with public speaking. Terrified in the beginning. I mean, but luckily enough, I was just willing to do it and break through. It's the same exact process.
Yeah.
You're scared, you do it, now you're not scared. Now it's like second nature. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So for the people that are scared to make calls, just make calls. And yes, it will suck in the beginning. You will be nervous. You will have a shaky voice, and calls won't go great. But if you keep going, you're going to get to a place where you learn how to really effectively communicate. And if you don't do that, you're not going to succeed at a high level.
Yeah, exactly. Well, one of the things I keep coming back to when I look at my notes is a quote you gave me earlier, Ricky, about you care and you don't stop. I mean, if I had to summarize you, that would be it, right? You care, legitimately care, and you just don't stop, right?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty impressive. So I love that about you. What else should I ask you about relationships over transactions? Because you're right, sales has always been the high pressure, the stuff you see on TV or whatnot. And this is just a unique twist. I think it is absolutely where sales in general is going. What else have I failed to ask you about relationships over transactions that you want to share?
Well, I think the number one job for salespeople in general, not just agents, but
Hmm.
just I think the number one job that we have as salespeople is to make our prospects and clients, customers feel comfortable with us.
Hmm.
Yeah, our job is to close deals and to show property and to get listings and to, look up stuff and research and, send emails and do all this stuff. If but right up front, if a prospect does not feel comfortable with you,
Right.
you're never going to get to those next steps of showing property or closing deals or getting listings. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's the very first step in the sales process and becomes our number one job. Right after contacting a whole lot of people. I mean, like making contact with people is the very first job.
There you
But
go.
once we get in front of people, because you're asking me about relationships over transactions, not
Yep.
necessarily, as far as relationships over transactions and that conversation goes, our number one job is to make our clients and customers feel comfortable with us. Now, how do we do that? The way you make them feel comfortable with you is by being comfortable with them.
Right.
If you're calm, cool, and collected, if they feel like you're comfortable in this setting, then they're going to start to feel comfortable in this setting.
Right.
If you're nervous, if you're, shaky, if you're, on edge, then they're going to be on edge. They're going to be like, they're going to feel those vibes and they're going to think, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You know? So there's a bunch of red flags going on here. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do anything here. This
Right.
is something's not right. But when you're cool, calm, and collected, and they start to feel comfortable because you're cool, calm, and collected. Well, cool, it's
Yeah.
cool. So I think the biggest thing is to talk to people like they're your parents.
Ah, I
Talk to
like it.
people like they're your mom, dad, brother, cousin, best friend from high school. Next time that anyone listening is talking to someone like that that's close to them, take a mental snapshot of that moment, that conversation, how comfortable they are with you and you are with them, and your body language. Even if you're on the phone, are your shoulders relaxed? Because if you're talking on the phone to your mom, you're relaxed.
Right.
If you're talking on the phone to a prospect, you're tight.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so pay attention to your shoulders and your relaxedness physically, your tone. Your tone is so huge.
Wow.
The speed of your voice, the
Yeah.
entire scenario of how you talk to your family. You want to take a mental snapshot of that moment and start trying to little by little emulate the exact same scenario when you're talking to your clients and your prospects and everything. And then they will start to feel this family like experience with you, and it'll turn into a thing that just goes so big for you in your business because you know that's what people want these days. They
Yeah.
want someone who they feel has their back,
Yeah.
who has your back more than your family. So I think that's really huge as well.
Oh, I love that. That's a great take for anybody in sales, regardless of your thing you're selling is a widget of software or real estate. Is if the person sitting across from you or people feel like family and they feel it, right? Not just you, but they feel it. Um, yeah, I think that's awesome advice. And you're right. Most people don't look at it that way. I've been in sales for 20 years and uh, never thought about it that way. So that's pretty awesome, Ricky. Um,
Absolutely.
how can people get a hold of you or follow you, see what's going on? You do so much stuff on Instagram, and how can people follow you? Give the website again for Zero to Diamonds, all that good stuff.
I think for real estate agents or even salespeople, I mean, I have a system in there that collects property owners' phone numbers for 2.5 cents a piece.
Hmm.
It's the most incredible, cheapest way to build your business, most effective. You pick the properties, you get the numbers, you call them. There's videos of me making calls there. There's scripts. There's my follow-up system. There's everything. There's a 4-point system. There's a 28-day challenge. There's so much in there. And at the end of the 90 days, we do a call. So that's zerotodiamond.com. Also, in the meantime, if you haven't finished the 90 days, I answer the best place to message me, and I answer every single Instagram message.
Yes, you do.
Every single DM on Instagram, I answer personally. That's the very best place if you just have any general questions or anything I can do for you there. And also, I've got a really growing YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like 35 or 36,000
Nice.
subs right now, and growing there pretty well. So that's also a good place because I have over 700 videos there. So it's a good library to go and
the
learn
YouTube
stuff.
channel is it Zero to Diamond, or what's the YouTube channel?
Ricky Caruth.
Oh, Ricky Caruth. I apologize. Okay. Very, very cool. Well, Ricky, this has been so much fun for me. I enjoyed it. I know our audience will enjoy it. And let's see if we can get you some more subscribers. Thank you very much.
For sure, man. Appreciate you having me on.
All right. Take care. Bye.